So 92 people saw this listing. That's a lot of people for a listing. That's actually good traffic for a listing. So 92 people saw the listing, so that tells me that person has very good keywords in his title because it got that many people to his listing. So the idea behind doing the research is to see what the successful seller, not the guy that didn't sell it, but somebody that sold the item, what he did and what his listing looks like. And here's the great part. You can't steal his listing. In other words, you can't cut and paste his listing and put it in as your own, but you can print out his listing, 1, 2, 3 pages, whatever it is, and use this as your guide when you're creating your own listing. For good stuff like, when we get back up to the top of that listing, there's his category right at the top. There's, of course, all his keywords. Pricing, we get a very good idea of what pricing is competitive. And we decide, okay, when we sit down to create our listing, this is what we're going to use to create our own, to get an idea of what words in the title, what words in the description. And our listing will look a little different, but it'll be similar too. Question on doing the research or how to find this section or any of that stuff?
I'm really stupid about this. Do you have to be registered in order to dig deeper like this?
You have to be registered and you have to be signed into your account to use this tool.
Okay, and in his watches, I mean, there's no background. Did he take them like that, or did somebody pull them up in Photoshop and draw the background?
It's possible. I mean, I can't answer. I'm not sure what he did particularly. What you're saying that he has no background is true. He could use Photoshop. There's actually a bunch of different photo software you could use to black out the back or white out the background. You don't need to do that. You know how to do that? Sounds like you do some photo stuff. If you know how to do that, that's fine. You don't need to do that.
But it's the job of the seller.
It's the job of the seller to present his item in whatever picture that he prefers to. And there's some people that are more into the software side, but you don't have to. Don't let that worry you. Someone asked me before class, do you have to put a picture in for every item? Only those items you want to sell. It's really true. You need to show a picture. If you want people to buy your item, you want them to be confident in what they're bidding on or clicking buy it now, you do have to show a picture. Yes?
I noticed that there's a copyright on that picture. Is that copyrighted by the seller or by eBay?
So he put in this information, copyright CHNYC. The seller put that in. You want to guess why he does that? So nobody steals his picture. They grab his picture and put it in their own listing to sell their watch, which I'm not suggesting you do. You don't want to. You can't steal his image. You can't steal his text. But you can use this, and you make a good point. Hey, this is a great picture, the way it's laid out, good image, and he has it whited out. I might see that picture and decide, okay, I'm going to sell my watch. I want to set it up the same way. Now, if I have Photoshop or I know how to do that, maybe I'll white out the background. But I want to set up maybe, and I might do a front image like he has, and he has a little side image so you get a better idea on the bracelet coming with this and also the package. I might set up mine to do a front, the side, the package, just getting that idea from him, the successful seller, with 21,000 feedback. So I'm not going to steal his picture. That's what he does to protect his picture. I'm not going to steal his image because you can get your listing closed. You can actually get thrown off eBay for doing that. If you get a number of violations, they'll slap your hand once or twice. If you keep doing it, they'll actually come down on you. So you don't want to do that. So any item before you go to list it, any item you're thinking about selling, if you go in and do the research, you get a very quick idea of what the item is worth, dollar-wise, and then what that seller did to get his item sold. Sound good so far? Does that make sense?
Yeah, the search